All right, everybody, welcome to Pencil for Life. This is the one, the only Brad. How's everybody doing today? I am with Chester Busby. Say hello, Chester.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hopefully, it's going good with them. It is Wednesday, and Wednesday is what, Chester?
Wednesday is new comic book day.
It is New Comic Book Day. And we have got a few reads today for everybody that we're going to go over. So let's go over them really quick before we get into it. So we got the new Aquaman 43. This is the variant cover. The A cover is much better, by the way. So don't judge the book by this cover.
All right.
We've got Freedom Fighters #1. Both those by DC Comics. We have Hardcore by Image Comics #1. And we also have by Alterna Feast and Famine #1. So which one did you want to start with today, Chester?
Let's start with the Aquaman, I'd say.
You want to start with Aquaman? All right, we'll do. Let me pull that back up. All right, Aquaman #1, or not #1, number 43. Written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, right? I believe that's
Yeah,
what it is.
Deconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you put it up on your screen, though. You're not displaying.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
There you go. Can we see that cover again?
Yeah. I will. Just make sure I'm presenting.
Yes, you are.
Okay. There we go. Boom.
Excellent.
This is the horrible B cover.
Yeah, that is bad. That's really, really bad.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, why did that get past an editor? I don't know.
I don't know. Definitely don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Kelly Sue DeConnick was the writer, and Robson? No,
Robson
Roca
Roca.
was the penciler. So all right, let's start with you on this one.
Well, I guess I'd start with the fact that there's a penciler and an inker on here instead of just an inker.
That is true.
These days, it seems like any our illustrator worth their salt is inking as well.
Yeah.
But I have to say, since I'm talking about the penciling, um, the art here was kind of interesting for me throughout this book because I had moments that I was like, "Oh, I love it," and then I had moments that I don't love it. But overall, I have to say it's really good.
It is really good.
It grew on me by the end of the book, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, as it goes on, I think he got better through the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first couple of pages, like right here, I'm not necessarily in love with. The first page was great, but as you're going in, you got
Yeah, I
better
didn't
and better.
understand the cartoonish aspect on the old man in the sea character. I
Yeah.
didn't get that, but overall, I'd say I liked it.
Where's that
Um,
landscape? Oh, this one. This 2-page spread right here. I loved it. Oh my
yeah, that's
gosh,
good. That is pretty.
that is
Yeah.
a beautiful page. So.
I think they made. I think one of the things that was throwing me off with the art
Mhm.
was they really focused a lot on the other characters. Understand that Arthur here is not the main character of this story at all. Now he probably will be, but in
Mhm.
this book he's not. He's this amnesiac character who doesn't know who he is, and all the other characters are being introduced. So I think in the next books we're going to see a lot more of Arthur involved
Yeah. Yeah.
because he has a mission,
We
right?
should
Uh,
probably preface that at the very beginning he did wash ashore,
yeah.
and he was you know he doesn't remember who he is, things like that.
Right.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
they show that in a flashback a little bit
Oh,
later in the
that's
book.
true. They
But yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. But I think we're going to see a lot more of him.
Hmm.
So whereas some of these books and stuff, we get these ideas that it's supposed to be the lead character, but no, it's this side character story. It has the lead character is just there to pull you in. I
Hmm.
don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be about Arthur. And another thing it kind of put me off. Think, bring the book up a little bit here. No, back where you were. Go back
Oh,
where you were
okay. Yep.
and bring it up so we can see that panel where we see Arthur's face very clearly. He's got this very effeminate face many times, and it kind of threw me off. But by the end of the book, which I'm not going to spoil it for you, by the end of the book, there's a great picture of him at the end,
Oh yeah.
and it just blows all that away. But like I said, the art was I don't know. In the end, I loved it, so
Mhm.
that's what I'm going to stick with. But it throws you a little bit, and I guess you just have to get used to this person's style.
Yep. Again, for me, it's artwork top notch. I loved it. I love the way it feels. I like the colors too. They're not
Mm,
super
yeah,
intense. They're not, they're kind of a semi muted palette. So
yeah, but it's still a painterly
yeah,
pastel
yeah.
book. Yeah,
Yeah, inks aren't too heavy either. There's not like a
mm,
ton of black everywhere, which is nice.
yeah.
So the colorist gets to show off their skills quite a bit. So I liked that a lot. Sometimes you get where there's a ton of black and stuff like that, but I mean, look at that right there. She's amazing looking. It's awesome.
Yeah, see, I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like the way she's standing. I don't like the frailty of her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, but like I said,
I,
it's a this is a kind of art style that is touch and go. But after it's all said and done, when you look at the full picture of this
mhm.
particular book, I love it.
Mm,
So I'm not knocking on the art at all.
okay.
It took me the book to appreciate it. I think.
Yeah. I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
All right.
because I love this page. These pages are great.
Yep. The interaction between the old man and the old lady is great.
Yeah, well, the old man is the old man, and the old lady is we.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah. Which should I talk about my well, we'll get into that when we talk
Yeah,
about
we're
the
gonna get
writing.
to that in a second. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, actually, let's just go straight into the story. What did you think of the writing?
Brad, you really have no love for me, man.
What do you mean? You're
No,
first.
because every week I you give me these books of these people who are not always, but we've had several books where we've had to talk about people who are really not good people. And
Yeah.
Kelly Sue DeCornick is not a good person. Now, I'm not, like I said, I don't care about your politic. I could care less about none of that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
there are a few people who are just annoying, and I don't really, it doesn't matter. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a few of them that are straight up horrible people, right?
Yeah. Like,
And
yeah. I get what you're saying. She is not the most easy person to get along with if you don't agree with her politics.
she's mean and
She's
nasty.
been she's been clear that way in the interviews.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Especially like I saw a live interview with her with was it sci-fi or something like that. She's like, you don't like my politics the way I write, GTFO. So
Yeah, no, yeah,
yeah,
she's a really
yeah,
nasty piece of work. Whereas, say, Gail Simone can certainly has been caught lying and causing a bunch of trouble, but Gail, in general, from my point of view, she's just kind of this noisy old lady,
mm-hmm,
right? But and the reason I mentioned Gail Simone is very particularly because Gail Simone writes pretty well.
mm-hmm,
There's certainly certain there's people that can get quite upset with the Gail Simone, but you can't take away the talent,
yeah.
right?
So
And
is this coming with a big butt right now? So
yes,
okay,
Brad,
yes,
thank you. It's it's well written.
it is well written.
It is.
it flows quite nicely.
Yes, it
The
does.
dialogue between the characters I find was really good. Uh,
I'm interested, and I want to read the second one. Oh,
yeah, same
damn you,
here.
Brad! Damn you, Brad!
Don't damn me. Yeah.
But no, I'm joking around, of course, and I
Hmm.
but I'm half joking because she needs to learn to shut her mouth. You don't have to be mean and nasty all the time. You
Hmm.
can give your opinion, but you don't have to be mean about it. Is what
No.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And she's the type. She's this one that talks about that comic books have always had politic. Well, yeah, but see, and I've said this before. Politic in comics, and not just comics, writing in general. Here's
Hmm.
the rule for everyone that wants to listen: the politic is happening to the character. The character is not telling you the politic. That is the rule.
Yeah.
Follow the rule, right?
Hmm.
But as far as an answer to her, but this is well written. It's interesting. It's not like the one I said where Zoe Quinn, where that was a bit clunky, but it
Hmm.
was fine. It's just over exposition, over this and that, but it was fine. This
Mhm.
is actually a proper comic book.
Yeah,
It's written, it's proper.
it's very
Um,
good.
yeah, so good for her. Claps.
Hmm.
But yeah, it is a good book, and you're gonna get me in trouble again. But
Everybody's gonna hate us online again.
I know, dude. But it's oh well. I don't care. I'm going to be honest over here. I'm going to be honest. It's well written,
Yeah, it's well done.
and there are some interesting things that come up with it. I'm sorry if I'm taking too long
No,
with it,
no,
but
no. You're totally fine, dude.
um, that as intrigues me.
Mhm.
It's why I want to read the second one and the third one because she. I'm not going to give it away here. I would rather you read it because it is interesting. But she gives Arthur a name, right?
Hmm.
And given by this female in
The
the
lady
red
in red. Yeah. Hmm.
lady in red, yeah. And and I'm kind of and they also talk about Namia in here.
Hmm.
I'm not going to talk about who Nami is. You read it. But for me, as an anthropologist, I know these names very clearly, and I know exactly where they're from and what they're talking about.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of curious if she does, or is it Wikipedia level?
Okay.
And I'm curious to see. I want to see that because if she actually is going as deep as I think she might be,
Hmm.
that's impressive. I'd say she's very well studied, and that's one of the things that we complain about. Is we see a lot of these young writers these days. They don't do the work. They
Hmm.
don't do the research, right? And I'm not sure here, but I'm thinking that this Mrs. Kelly Sue DeCornick, may well have done her research because and I'll know that when I read the next one or the third one or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I'm not going to add any more because I don't want to give away the story or anything like that.
No.
But I was intrigued because I know with those names, there's
Hmm.
a thin layer up at top that anyone could just do a Google,
Hmm.
right? And then there's a layer below that. You have to go a little deeper on the Google. But
Yeah.
then there's a layer below that that you're only going to get from deep study.
Hmm.
And the bottom layer actually would be the coolest thing if that's what she's doing. And that would impress me. So once again, not only do I have to say it's well written, I have to compliment her on possibly being quite clever. So once again, thank you, Brad.
Yeah. No problem. I'm
Yeah.
here to
Sorry,
please.
I'm done. Please give your opinion on the writing. I apologize.
So I'm not an expert writer, but I found it uh, very easy to read, to go through, to follow along what was going on. It wasn't too wordy in spots, where they're trying to over explain things. It felt very natural to flow. Let the artwork also speak volumes as well. So I think the team is actually working very well here to tell the story.
Hmm. I
Um,
agree.
and uh, honestly, as soon as I was done, I was like, dang it, I want to read more. So
Yep.
unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get the next issue. You know, so
Yeah. No. Uh, so
uh,
far,
mhm,
we've read some interesting things, and
mhm,
I think we'll read more. But I would make a request
mhm.
that when we do more of these previews week after week, I would really like to make sure that even if it adds a little extra time to the show,
We
I
follow
want
up
to
on some
read
of
this
these.
whole series. Yeah, I
Okay,
want to follow it here live and see how it comes out.
okay, cool.
If you
Uh,
don't mind.
no, no, I'm fine with that. In fact, I kind of want to do die number one with die number two. Start with that one. I think we'll
Oh
do
yeah, no, those
Aquaman.
are
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
yeah. So we'll see how they go. So yeah, cool,
cool.
awesome. So what do you think? Is this a buy? Is this a skip? Is it a what do you want?
No, this is an absolute buy
Mm-hmm.
without this damn cover
Yeah, buy cover A if you can.
because someone needs to be slapped right in the head for that. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah, I hate all the little tie-ins for Aquaman that they did.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Even with that, it's
No,
fine with
that's just
me.
ugly. Yeah.
It's ugly. It's not right. This
Yeah.
is not professional. This is not DC.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any way to show the alternate cover?
I don't. We may have to Google it. If you want to Google it, because I got all the books in front of me right
So
here.
what is this issue number? Just let me.
43.
Okay,
Aquaman
Aquaman 43.
43, cover A. Yeah.
Now this isn't obviously isn't 43, so they don't have like an alternate continued run like
No. No.
I wish they'd do that. I don't like when they keep renumbering stuff.
Well, it's been from Rebirth, so it's the same numbering from Rebirth.
Yeah,
So
but it's still it's not Aquaman 43. It's not. Now see, I don't know here. Let me drop this down.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
bring it over.
Abe Sapien
Let
has
you
a
look at
download.
it. Hey, Abe Sapien. Let me bring it over and you tell me which one it is, and then I will display it.
Sure.
Okay, you white box me real quick.
Yep. Well, you have control too. Remember?
I do, but it would be easier if you did too.
Is
Okay.
right. So it's right in the middle on the bottom with the splash going up around it.
This one right
There you go.
here,
Yep.
Aquaman #1.
Well, it's not. It's not number one. It's 43. It's part one
Oh,
of.
I get it. I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So
Righty. Let
that's
me bring that up. Let's bring
yep.
that up.
Very
And yeah, now that's beautiful. And this is actually this is in the book, which I love covers that relay to the book.
mm-hmm.
And the good thing, unfortunately, it's not telling a story. I enjoy covers that tell a story, but I also enjoy covers that tell a story that lead into the story. Use
Correct.
the cover as part of the beginning of your story or a reference to it. I believe. And this is not telling a story per se, but it is in the book, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why you would have this one, and you would have the other one. Doesn't it matter? Is the other an alt or something?
Yeah, it's a cover B. Yeah, variant cover. Unfortunately, we gave all the good covers to customers, so in the holds.
As you
So,
should. As you
yep.
should. Yes.
So we
Okay.
made sure to give it to them first. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
good. All right.
cool. So yeah, to me it's a buy. It to you it's a buy. Definitely want to read
Absolutely.
it again.
Yeah.
So yeah. So.
Yeah. No, because I want to know what happens. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So we'll go into our next book by DC as well. This
Okay.
one it's Freedom Fighters #1.
Hmm.
This is cover A, so this is what to expect when you're on the shelf. There is a cover B as well, but we didn't order it for the shop. So
Oh, this one's good.
this is also a 12-part series. They call it a maxi series. So be aware if you're going to get into that for this book. Um, it is an Earth X title, which means so it's not on the main continuity.
Hmm.
Is where little premise Nazi Germany has uh, captured the planet with metahumans, and they are now in control. So, of course, like you put it out, this has been done before. Um,
A
so
lot.
a lot of times, I know it's been done in video games, stuff like that. I usually don't read those a lot, um, so it's not something I always follow on those things. I know there's a show on Amazon about it and stuff like that. So it's not usually something I watch. But let's go with the creative team real quick. We got Robert Vendetti is the writer, and penciler is Eddie Burrows or Barrows. Oh, Burrows,
I don't
Barrows.
I don't know the writer. I don't know either one of them.
I don't either. So this is a new title for me on both. But this is also a penciler, inker, color, and letterist team. So we got a
Wow,
full
that's deep.
team here. Yeah. So full roster. I'll start with this one. We'll start with the artwork. I love the artwork in this one. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It tells the story very well. Uh, the layouts, the panel progression is a lot of fun. It flows. You can tell what's going on. You can tell where you need to read.
Hmm.
Because it flows quite nicely. The faces are amazing.
Hmm.
They're unique. Um, I hate seeing generic faces, and these ones are all definitely different. I like the evil plastic man right here. He's pretty cool. Uh, but
Well, it's Plastic Men,
oh yeah, it's true. Plastic men. Yeah, and the little Nazi Z's or S's right there.
which in itself is fairly clever.
It is
Having the
clever.
idea of perfecting the Plastic Man, the creation
Mm-hmm.
of Plastic Man, and making a Ubermensch out of them,
Yeah.
a squad of them, is very clever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I found the artwork great. I'm not gonna go too much farther because there is a time jump in the book.
Yeah, yeah, you
Um,
shouldn't go much further at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd stop right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just leave it right here. But I like the artwork; flows really well. It's done really well. It's not over heavily inked, so it's great. Color's good too. It pops in the right spots. So yeah, good job. Writing. Well, no. What's your thoughts on artwork? Let's do that.
I love the artwork. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's wonderful. It's definitely got a noir touch to it, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love those old pulp, that old the throwback to that old pulp style. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I think the lettering is well done. Good job.
Oh
I
yeah.
really
Yeah.
enjoy the lettering. The letterer here did a wonderful job. The colors did an amazing job. This is a beautiful book. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true. Very good. And writing. Then we'll move on to writing because
Okay.
uh, the story, to me, like I said, I'm not a professional writer, but flowed very well. I liked the way it read. Um, it wasn't too wordy. Wasn't too. I was able to get everything in the right beats.
Hmm.
Going through the information I needed, and I liked it a lot. So um, I have to say it was pretty good. Uh, Book was. I mean, was it as great as Aquaman this week?
No.
No, but yeah, it was still a decent book though. It was a decent read. So um, yeah, so that's what I kind of have to say about the writing. Yeah,
Um, yeah, no, I think you and I are a fair team for this. You are the artist and I'm the writer, so
yeah,
it works out, doesn't it?
it does. Yeah.
This is what I say about the writing. It's not poorly written at all. Um, it is extremely hokey and cliche, but that's what they're going for. So, okay. I'm not going to complain about that. I think it is overly hokey for my taste, uh, but I'm not going to say it's bad because it's not. It's
Mm-hmm.
well written. It flows fair enough. I had no trouble understanding the story or following it at all. Um, I my problem is nothing to do with the art and nothing to do with the writing itself. The issues I have with this book come from the concept,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. I would assume that that's on the writer. I have to say, unless the editor is the one that put the idea forward, because that's usually the writer that tells everything you see is put here by the writer. He says what the panel should look like, what he's doing. That's what the writer is doing in
Mm-hmm.
usually. So I can only assume that the concept is from the writer. So I'm not going to. I have no complaints about the writing, other than for me it's a little sappy, but that's okay. But the concept is, like you mentioned in the beginning, man, this has been used over and over. The idea that Germany won World War II and controls America. How many video games, books, movies, TV series? How much more? It's like zombies. I'm sick of zombies. I don't want any more zombies.
Yeah.
And this is the same type of thing. And especially recently, we've been getting flooded by this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an issue unto itself. The other issue is this is political. And I don't mean political bad Nazi, I mean political in general. And I mentioned that earlier. The politic should be happening to the characters, which in this book it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the politics should not be spoken to me, and it's doing
Okay.
both. This book is doing both. So I don't hate it, but it's touching a nerve that I'm not interested in. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
See,
I
I
mean,
didn't feel it was doing that to me. So
well, I did because
okay.
and maybe I'm a little more sensitive of it because we get hit over the head with so much stuff lately. And maybe if I'd read this 10 years ago, I wouldn't have blinked an eye at it. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
because you can look at it two ways. You got I am going to say this because we're showing it. That's Jesse Owens sitting right there. Okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesse Owens, the famous
Mm-hmm.
Olympic winner. Now, they talk about and they mock him in this about him winning and how angry the Fuhrer was and stuff like that. I'm not going to give spoilers away, but they mention that, and you keep seeing people say this stuff over and over and over. People, go back and read your history books. The German people were excited to see the great Jesse Owens come to the Olympics. They were excited to see him run. He was world famous.
Good.
Fuhrer had no problem whatsoever with Jesse Owens at all. There was no racism being thrown at Jesse Owens. This is nonsense. Now, he
Mhm.
probably felt some back at home, but the Germans had no problem with him. They were excited to see the great Jesse Owens run.
Mhm.
That's the truth of the matter. Stop with this created racism nonsense. It's just it just is it's old, right?
Yeah.
It's old, right? But there's a lot of little that kind of little stuff. But I don't want to blame the book though because it's beautiful and
Mhm.
like I said, it's well written. It's not a bad book.
No, not at all.
It's a good book. Yeah, it's just I'm just tired of keep getting wrapped over the head with this kind of thing.
I get you. I
And no
get you.
more damn zombies, man.
All right, so what are you gonna rate this one? Buy, a try, wait and see. What do you want to do?
Ooh, try. You
Try.
can't
Okay.
well, you can't deny the art. You cannot.
No, you can't.
It is gorgeous,
Mhm.
and you also can't argue with the writing. It's written fine. It's not bad, poorly written. This is
Mhm.
a capable team here.
Yep.
I'm just
Uh,
not a big fan of the concept.
Personally, I'd probably give it a buy because I'm kind of interested in it, but
Mhm.
that is my call. So yeah.
Yeah, no. I think you should try it out.
Oh yeah.
It is a beautiful book.
Hey,
For
Lee, how's it going? Yeah, the art does look really good in the book. Yeah,
it
very,
is.
very
Yeah,
true.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
So we got two more issues to cover. Let's do hardcore next. So
So why don't you do the kids one next?
you want to do the kids one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll save hardcore.
All right, we'll save hardcore. Alternus Feast or Famine #1 comes out today. Um, so this one, I know you just read the synopsis. I was the only one to get a copy of the book.
Hmm.
Uh, so artwork is not the greatest in the world. It is there's a lot of use of blacks, heavy inks. Um, it is on newsprint though, so the colors look a little washed because of the newsprint, but that's to be expected for it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
no
it
problem at
wasn't
all.
bad. Like the artwork wasn't horrible. Like I've seen worse books on the market.
I kind of
Um,
like it actually.
yeah, I mean, there's certain parts where I really liked. There's certain parts I'm like, not so much. But like some of this is actually pretty dang good. Uh, I think it's just a couple of panels maybe were rushed or some faces were later on in the book. But it's pretty good. It definitely has that feel. This one is also an alternate future history type thing, uh,
Hmm.
but it uses real life characters or real life people in history. Nicholas Tesla.
Hmm.
There's Carney in here. Edison's supposed to be right there.
Is
So
Edison properly a jerk as he should be?
yes, he is properly a jerk.
Good,
So yeah, they got
good.
that right. Yeah. Welcome back, Gabe. Um, so this is to me what I didn't like the writing so much, to be honest.
Mm.
I found it a little bit hard to read, just because they have a lot to tell in a short amount of time. And you can see these word bubbles. There's a lot of words going on in those bubbles in some of these.
Yeah, I've seen some dialogue, but if it's well written, this level of dialogue shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be a problem, though.
Yeah, I found it a little wordy in certain parts, but I still read it. I managed to get through it. Um, but the writing is definitely not on the same as some of the DC books we read today or whatever. So,
Mm.
but on the other hand, though, it is great for. I think this is a perfect book for preteens, early teens, adults, not so much maybe.
Hmm.
Because as you get into the story, it definitely goes into fantasy land a little bit, which is fine. Um, it's clean. You don't have to worry about the content in the book
Mm.
at all, which is good for families and kids and stuff. And also deals with some elements of history, though they're not all the all true. But
That's okay.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I love that face right there though. It looks crazy. But
It looks fun, actually.
yeah, it looks fun. Yeah. But yeah, this is good for definitely family friendly if you're looking for books for preteens. You don't want to worry about the content, things like that. And it looks like it's going to be a good fun ride, which is
Mhm.
nice. Um, it's just not for me though. But
I see.
yeah.
Well, I know the synopsis said that Tesla and who's the other main character, who's his partner?
Oh,
In
I can't remember his name real quick.
Well, Tesla and his partner
Yeah,
discover a signal coming from deep space,
correct.
and they uh, set out to investigate that, whatever that means.
Hmm.
And they find something that may well change the space-time continuum forever, or something like that.
Correct. Hmm.
Was the synopsis? Um, yeah, I don't know how interesting that is to me.
Hmm.
Mm, but I don't know. I haven't read it. I probably wouldn't mind giving it a read, but I can't really give a judgment because I haven't read it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So if the cover tells you anything, it's going to be uh, kind of goes that way. Spacemen, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd
So
imagine. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the cover is kind of killing me though,
Hmm.
because them in their spacesuits up in the back,
Hmm.
love it. Tesla in the front is okay, but that dude standing next to him, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's just part. That's that guy right there.
yeah, no, it's killing me.
Yeah,
That's not. They should have done something different with that.
it's all good. Uh, but it's still a fun ride. So let's see who did this real quick. It was Dave Schwartz and Joseph Cooper. So that's the creative team on this.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Well,
a
cool.
3-issue series. So at $1.50, if you got kids, I would say buy it for sure. So
Cool, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and in all honesty, even though I haven't read this, I for me, $1.50,
Hmm.
and Peter Samedi with Alterna in general, go support Alterna.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing great things, man. Who cares if it's newsprint? It's wonderful. They're doing a
Hmm.
great job with newsprint. And
Hmm.
on top of that, Peter is one of the few people in the industry that's trying to break this Diamond's hold that they have, which I know some people have different opinions about Diamond, and I have no personal problem with Diamond making money and being successful. That's their job.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happened when I don't know if it was Diamond's doing or just something they took advantage of, but when everything got moved into those stores and they took it out of the convenience stores, off the pharmacy racks, when they started taking the comics out of these places, that was not a good move. I mean, it was good for the short run, but not the long run. And Peter here is one of those guys that's trying to bring comics back into your
Hmm.
pharmacy, back into your convenience store, back into places like Kmart or Walmart. I don't even Kmart's around anymore, but you know what I mean. Peter from Alterna is one of those people trying to do that, and I think that is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think we should support Peter in any way we can.
Definitely. Yeah. So definitely buy it. Pick it up at the shop. You know, if you can't get it from the shop, I know you can direct order it from him. His direct order sales have been growing left and right. So check out what Alterna has to offer.
Yeah,
So
they're
yeah.
doing wonderful.
Now
Well, I
he's
should
going to
say
be on
he's
our
doing
show
wonderful.
January 6th for our preview show. He's going to be on
Awesome,
with us. So yeah.
awesome.
So if you got questions, save them. Yeah. Next book that we got is Images Hardcore #1. Coming out tomorrow or today. I know you read the synopsis. This is kind of cool. So this is like an assassin who can take over a person's body
Mhm.
and does the deed so he doesn't get caught. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah,
Sci-fi.
I read reviews as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh.
It's done by Robert Kirkman. Artist is Alessandro Vedetti. Yeah, Alessandro Vietti. I think it's Italian.
Vitti,
Vitti.
Vitti, Alessandro Vitti,
Okay. Yeah, I'm horrible with names.
Adriano
Sorry.
Lucas,
Oh, this was
Thomas
also created
Moore.
by Mark Silvestri too. Nice.
Yes.
That's cool. Probably the concept was. This is definitely not a kid's book. For sure. Definitely probably late teens, early adults. Um, artwork to me is a little bit subpar. The action scenes are nice, but some of the details, like in the faces and stuff, just the inks themselves are a little something. Something's it's not as clean as it could be. You know what I mean?
I don't like the skin tones, I think.
Okay, that's probably the colors though. Yeah, but
Oh,
like
sure.
see the face right there. Like I don't like the way that looks, but you know,
Mm.
yeah. I
Yeah,
did
no,
like
it's
how
it's
this face though does match that face
that is good. Yeah.
because
But
he is in the body. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I guess it's Midland art, but it
Well,
seems to be flowing fairly well.
it does flow quite nicely. It's easy to read, easy to understand what you're going through in the pages with the action shots, even when the subtle dialogue exchanges later on in the book
Hmm.
are quite nice. So no problems there. Heavy use of blacks though. The inker does go heavy on the blacks. Not a lot of gray tone. Um,
Well, that is a style choice, isn't it?
yeah, that's a style choice for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, I did like the overall concept of the book. It did read fairly well through all the way as well. It wasn't a hard read at all. Wasn't overly wordy. Flowed quite nicely. Um, some parts a little, I would say semi choppy, but not too bad. Not bad at all. So, um, but it was kind of neat. The concept is really cool because this guy takes over this guy here, and he's in this big orb with this suit around him, and he can be in him for 72 hours. After that, if he's not out by 72 hours and it degrades, he can die as well. So it's pretty interesting. So
Mm.
uh, the concept's great. I like the surprise ending. Like you did, you know, that happened of the first issue. Like, oh, okay, because I thought it was going to go one way and it goes completely different. And
I see.
so it made me want to read the second issue to see how it goes at the end.
Well, I think the concept is great. It's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Body jacking
Yep.
is, the idea. We've seen it happen before, but it usually is being done in either a supernatural demonic way,
Mm-hmm.
possession, or it's done magically.
AI. Well,
Uh,
AI too.
ha-
Ghost in the Shell.
yeah, Ghost in the Shell is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but Ghost in the Shell is more is a little different than this concept.
A little
Uh,
bit, but there is some
yeah.
similarities story wise there. Yeah.
I see. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
good. Well, I haven't read it. I'm only going the synopsis.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but another thing it said in the synopsis and the reviews I looked at is it has kind of a standard twist of he gets caught in the body of some, not this one, another one, I guess, and he has 72 hours to figure out what's happened.
Yeah. So I didn't read the synopsis beforehand. I just went straight in reading the book. So
I see.
to me, I wasn't expecting that when you're reading it.
Oh,
Yeah. So because when you're reading it, you think oh, he's going to be doing some jobs for the government or something like that. Not what happened at the end, what they gave away in the synopsis.
oh,
So
I see. So like
yeah,
a bad trailer that gives you too much information.
correct. Yeah, yeah. So
Bad, 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 bad image.
yeah,
Um,
but it
but
was
I
a
love the
fun read.
concept.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds cool.
So yeah, fun read. I would mine's a solid. Check it out. Maybe not buy it right away, but for me, I would buy it. So yeah, but it's definitely a
Awesome.
solid check out. I would recommend you to look at it on my shelf. So cool.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude. So let's go over them again. Starting with Aquaman. Aquaman 43.
Oh,
Get
that
cover
cover.
A. I
That
know,
cover
dude.
is killing me.
Get cover A. It's a buy it from both of us.
Yep.
Definitely check it out.
It's
Uh,
actually probably the best written book we've reviewed so far.
so far, yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Uh, book number 2, Freedom Fighters number 1. For me, it's a solid buy, and for you is a
Try.
try. Okay,
Yeah. I
awesome.
think you should try it. Yeah.
Yep. This is a 12 issue series, by the way. It's not ongoing.
Yeah,
Uh,
which is why I say try.
yeah,
Read the first one. If you like it, then you can get the rest, right?
correct. Yeah. Alternatives Feast or Famine number 1. Uh, mine's definitely for younger kids. Totally buy for them. No problem. So, yep. And then we have Hardcore #1 again by Image. For me, it's I'm personally gonna pick it up, but it's I would recommend you to try it on the shelf.
It sounds interesting, and like I said before, Feast and Famine, support Alterna.
Yep, totally.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, my man. We have some comics next week. So some interesting news this week for the shop was when comics arrived yesterday, it wasn't just this week's comics, it's also next week's comics. So I have next week's comics at my shop right now.
Really?
Yeah. So I am going to be pulling some issues this Friday to take them home and read. I will have to get, of course, them to you. Maybe just hang out and let you read them.
Maybe.
Flip the pages for you.
Yeah,
Pull
because
out your taping.
it's really better when we both have read it. We can give a
Correct.
dynamic,
Yeah.
review.
But there's some interesting ones come out. I think we're going to be doing X-Force #1. That's next week.
Ooh, okay,
Marvel.
okay.
So we'll check that out for sure.
I hope that doesn't disappoint.
I hope so. There also is, I think there's a couple of PDFs I do have, but we'll get together. So we're still going to be doing it Wednesday morning, even though Christmas is Tuesday. So at least I still am. I don't know.
Oh no, we're fine. My kids
cool.
are at university, dude. I don't have any worries about that.
Awesome. All right. Other than that, check out Drawn and Quartered tonight on John Malin's channel. It's the Pro Edition. I'll be on the drawing tonight. We have Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition tomorrow on your channel.
Right.
Yep. And that's what 10 p.m. Eastern, right? Yeah, 10
yep,
p.m.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right.
Yep. Cool. And I think we got a guest on this week too for the show. So
we do. We got a couple interesting guests actually.
Yep.
It's always fun.
Yep.
So, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, how can I get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you, Chester?
Well, everybody, I am on Chester Busby channel. Of course, it is the home of Fanspeak, where the fans speak out. And we have a show every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we also do, as he said, on Thursdays, the Drawn and Quartered at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm dropping a link into the chat right now. You guys can check that out. But definitely come over and support what we're doing here and support everything Brad is doing and all the other fan communities because we're all basically one community working together.
Yeah.
And it's we're having lots of fun and this is really cool. I loved having homework and comic books being the homework.
Yeah, it's not a bad. That's not a bad thing.
No,
that's for
not
sure.
a bad thing at all, dude.
So I want to hear what you think about the book. So please leave a comment after the video is over. If you've checked it out at your shop, let me know what you think. I'm really interested for feedback for that. Also, any sort of feedback we can use to improve, all the time. Also, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and we will see you next Wednesday reviewing more comics. And anyways, have a great day, guys.
Later, guys. Thank you for coming.